Hey, Comic Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do another installment of Grimm Fairy Tales Flashback. That's right, everyone. This is Grimm Fairy Tales Flashback number 3, otherwise known as Hansel and Gretel. Do we all remember the story of Hansel and Gretel? If you're looking for a different or alternative cover, this is based off of Grimm Fairy Tales Volume Number 1. Here's a different cover as well, as you can see right here. Yeah, so this continues our story here with Grimm Fairy Tales, being that this is the introductory volume to this series. And right now it's basically telling you all these stories about all these kid fairy tales that we've all known for years and years, but there's this horrific twist to this. And recently we just got introduced to Selah Mathers, real briefly, not very much. She just rescued somebody by the name of Cindy, which was obviously known as Cinderella as well. And this won't be the last time that we see Cinderella. Now in this particular issue, which is Grimm Fairy Tales issue number 3, Hansel and Gretel. It's written by Joe Tyler and Ralph Tesco, and the pencils are done by Alexander Benhassi. The artwork in this book is done pretty well. It's a little bit cartoony, I would think. I would think that the girls are over proportionate a little bit in some ways. However, it is desirable artwork, and I do like it. The artwork has definitely changed over the years now that Zenescope has been around. However, it is very interesting, and the colors and the inks are very bold. You can see that here, that this is kind of a freaky looking page of the witch right there. So what was this story about? Well, a very simplistic plot. Pretty much stays true to the kid version of Hansel and Gretel. Basically, in this issue, we get to see our young daughter here, and her mother and her father always give her these rules, and this is the female character right here, and they always give her these rules, and she can't go out on school night, and she's rebelling against her family. She's 17 years old, and she says that too, and it's like she's not she's not an adult, and she tells her parents that she hates her and things like that, and she threatens her family that that she's gonna leave. She's like, I'm out of here, I hate you guys, I'm gonna leave. So and her name is Gina. That's her name. So Gina sits there and she leaves, and she goes with her brother Hank, and she starts hitching a ride. She does the whole classic, I'm going to leave my skirt up, I'm going to catch somebody. And she winds up getting a ride in this limousine. And she winds up catching a ride with Selah Mathers. Now, Selah doesn't look the same here in this issue either. She has no glasses on. She's got like this darker complexion. So you can see that it's really inconsistent. But she is Selah Mathers. She has this book, and she tells the kids to read this book, and you might learn a lesson out of it. So basically what happens now is the story starts over again. So as a reader, you're like, okay, well, I just saw these kids leave, and now they're rereading a story that the kids don't want to do these chores and that they want to be out on their own. So they leave the town, they leave their house, and they wind up, Gina and Hank wind up going and finding this house. And they go to this house, and this person winds up letting them in the house and winds up capturing them, and feeds them, gives them candy, all this stuff, and you wind up finding out that she's some freaky creature. Blah. So, and the kids wind up trying to escape, and which was pretty cool. As they escape, they see all these skeleton bones and whatnot, and they wind up escaping at the end of the issue, and they wind up seeing this creature's true form as they're leaving. Gina escapes, and Hank winds up getting eaten or whatnot, and it was pretty crazy. And then at the end of the issue, Selah says, oh, you can come stay at my house, and the kids are like, well, you know what? why don't we just go back home? Can you drop us off over there? So it's really interesting, and these kids wind up having this rude awakening, I must say, of what basically what happened after they read this story. Yeah, you know what? It was a fun issue. Very, very, very simplistic issues. Especially, I think it was least simplistic than the last two issues. You know, you had Cinderella and Robin Hood, but this one is just pretty much you don't talk to strangers, don't go in this weird stranger's house, and you'll be okay. That's pretty much the moral of this particular story. And there's no real in-depth plot here. It just continues these crazy fairy tales. And again, as the series progresses, you see the plot thickens, and these fairy tales become so much more, and these characters become so much more. So again, as a simplicity of a story, if you're a first-time reader to this and you have no idea what Grimm Fairy Tales is, you're kind of like, what am I reading here? This wasn't like super fantastic, but if you look into the future and keep reading, you're going to see that they become more horrific, more graphic, and things of that nature. So this was not my favorite Grimm Fairy Tale story. I'm going to give this one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Still entertaining, and I'm looking forward to reading the next one, which is Rumpelstiltskin. So guys, there you have it. There is issue number 3 of Grimm Fairy Tales. Hope you liked this flashback episode. And guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. Don't forget to check out Comic Related as well. And together, guys, with ComicFrontline.com and ComicRelated.com, we have all your comic needs covered. So guys, until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon. Bye.